Hello everyone, I'm here today to speak to you about the IELTS examination, how to prepare and what to expect on the day. Before I begin, I would like to let everybody know that I'm in no way involved in IELTS testing, nor do I work in any of the IELTS testing centers. I myself have sat for the IELTS exam and I would like to share with you some information, tips, and how to prepare for the exam. So before we get into it, I'd like to let you know that it's really important to prepare for this exam. There are many websites, including the IELTS Essential website, which you can use to do free online tests, practice tests. Even if you are a fluent English speaker or you are a native English speaker, I recommend that you do all practice tests before going for your exam, because this will help you to feel more confident as well as feel much more familiar with the format of the exam. Okay, so let's get into the IELTS examination. There are two types of IELTS exams. One is the IELTS Academic and the other is the IELTS General. The IELTS Academic is usually taken by students who wish to apply to universities or colleges. The university or college that you are applying for will let you know the minimum score required for your entrance into the college or university. The IELTS General usually is taken by those who wish to apply for permanent residency programs abroad. Usually most permanent resident programs require that you do the IELTS examination. Most programs require a minimum score of 6. The IELTS is graded out of a score of 9, 9 being the highest. So you should aim to get a 6 in your IELTS examination. This is if you're applying for the IELTS General. So let's get into the format of the IELTS examination. It comes in 4 parts: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The whole examination takes approximately about 3 hours. So let's get into the first part, which is listening. This is the tricky part because the recordings are quite fast. So it's really important that you practice well at home so you are familiar with the pace of the listening exercise. The recordings are played once. You are given a chance to go through your questions a minute before the recording is played. So it's really important that you pay attention and listen so you can answer all the questions. Moving on to the reading. Reading is sort of a comprehension. So you'll have a couple of exercises where you would have stories or events. You will have to read about it and then you'll have questions to answer. I recommend that you read the exercises first before answering because it's much easier to navigate and get those answers to those questions. Let's move on next to the writing. The writing comes in 2 sections. So the first exercise would be writing a letter. It could be to your friend, it could be to a principal or a teacher, something of this sort. Usually they expect 150 words. Make sure you do not spend all your time on this exercise because the second exercise would take much more time. The second writing exercise is usually regarding a certain topic they would give you and they would want to know your point of view. They would also ask you to back up your point of view with examples. So it's really important to pay much more attention and take longer on this exercise because they expect about 250 words. Usually in the writing test, what they're checking on or what they're looking for is that your spelling is correct, your punctuation, your grammar is correct, and you're using the tenses correctly. Make sure you write clearly because this would help the instructor while marking your paper. Usually after these 3 sections you'll have a break. Before you go for the break, you will have a time given for you to return for your speaking exam. The speaking exam usually takes about 15 minutes, and you will be in a room with one of the instructors. It's a one-on-one conversation. You will be recorded during your conversation or your exam. You will be given a topic to speak on. Each student or each candidate will be given a different topic. Make sure that you're relaxed, that you speak clearly. Try to use simple English, not to make things complicated. If you do not understand the question, you can always ask them to repeat it. Remember, they just want to know that you can handle the language. So, these are the 4 parts of the IELTS examination. And like I said before, it's really important to prepare yourself and have a good night's rest before you sit for the exam, because this way you are much more attentive and you're probably not going to make any careless mistakes. So guys, I hope this has been helpful to you. If I've missed out anything, or if there's any questions that you'd like to ask me, you can leave your comments in the box below. And I have also made a little PowerPoint presentation for you, so if there's anything that you'd like to refer back to, you can always go through that. So again, I hope that this has been helpful to you, and I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you.